much. I'm absolutely thrilled to be here today. I sometimes go by the numbers. Our 64 campuses, our 465,000 students, our 3 million alumni, of which the class of 62 is right there in the count, and represent our faculty, our staff, our students, our alumni, our friends and donors, our Board of Trustees in this day of celebration. You have to know how very well you are represented by President John Halstead. So I want to thank you, John. I'm telling you, he misses no detail about the life of the college at Brockport. I have his State of the Campus address, and I was one of the first to see the brochure on this wonderful homecoming weekend. And when the date was set for this celebration, we put it on our SUNY calendar immediately, and John has reminded me every week since. So nothing was going to keep me from coming to this fabulous dedication, the special events Recreation Center, which we will all know from this day forward as SERC. And I want to say to President Brown, what a privilege it is to be in your presence as well. I have always said to new presidents, you work on the broad shoulders of those who have gone before, and I know John respects that, and I know all of you do as well. So I came here to say thank you to President Halstead and to this wonderful community. Sal and Brian and Rosie, thank you for what you are doing to make this dream a reality. To our elected officials, the senator, assemblymen, the congressional representation we have here today, to Scott Turner for the role that you have played and continue to play for the College Council. It's just extraordinary. For the Foundation Board, for the work of Diane McHugh and all the members of the Foundation. This has been a group effort and a family effort. Because John had me reading the history, I actually know that way back in 2004, this was the beginning of the dream, and John hadn't gotten here yet. But when he came, and Kathy, 2005, I'm going to say, you know, John and I were colleagues as students, so we kind of knew each other long before we came together here in New York. So this dream proceeded through the legislative process with a great deal of help and encouragement and a line in the sand. This had to be funded, and we are ever so grateful. And then groundbreaking, the work of the architectural firms, the construction firms, to make this dream a reality. So President Halstead mentioned this thing we call the power of SUNY. It was 9 or 10 months in the making. This has now been 3 years ago when we charted a path for the State University of New York and how every campus could work together so that the whole would be greater than the sum of the parts. So we often say of Brockport, you are the power of SUNY, but let me tell you why and how. The power of SUNY has 6 major big ideas and strategic goals, and the SERC Center actually resonates for every one of those goals, particularly SUNY and a healthier New York. We are going to get healthier in this facility. And SUNY and its commitment to education, this is a living, learning center. When I was a student of curriculum as an educator, we used to call this kind of facility the informal curriculum. Everything else that is so important that goes on outside the classroom. We have a goal in the power of SUNY about SUNY and an energy smart New York. This is a LEED certified building. And that's exactly what we should be doing in the 21st century. And then, finally, SUNY and the vibrant community. This building now becomes the heartbeat, the core of activity for this campus and for this community. All the events, all the experiences that will be held here reassure to me that at the center of the power of SUNY is the college at Brockport. Congratulations. Thank you.
Thank you, Chancellor Zimford. Now I'd like to introduce someone who can speak to the importance of SERC from the student perspective. Ashley Krasicki received her undergraduate degree from Brockport this past May and is currently a graduate assistant working in SERC for campus recreation. Please welcome Ashley.
As I begin my 6th year at Brockport, a lot of new changes are taking place. I'm starting my master's degree in recreation and leisure studies. I've accepted a graduate assistantship with campus recreation. And I have the privilege of not only working in, but in using this brand new facility, the SERC. Over my time at Brockport, I've seen a lot of changes take place, but none compared to the changes that the SERC brings to the Brockport College community. The countdown that the students have been doing in preparation for the opening of this building is done. The construction is done. The waiting is done. But the excitement has just begun, and the opportunities are arising. If I had to describe Brockport in one word, I would say opportunities. Not opportunity, but opportunities, as in several. We as students have been taking advantage of the wonderful opportunities that this building has provided us with. With the extended hours, I am able to use the fitness center at any point throughout the day instead of cramming my workout in at an inconvenient time. I can enjoy the various activities that the field house has to offer me instead of being limited to just open hoops. Instead of waiting until 9 o'clock p.m. to participate in a group exercise class, I can go in the middle of the day. I don't have to wait to use a treadmill anymore. I can use one of the other 15 that we have available. As a student who has been here for as long as I have been here, I've seen the before and after of the SERC, and I can say that I'm grateful for such vast opportunities that we now have. I would like to thank all the people that have helped with the planning, building, and success of the SERC. It truly is a gift to the Brockport students, and we do feel blessed. Opportunities such as this make our college experience more memorable and instills in us Brockport pride that we will carry with us even after graduation. So thank you for all of you who've been a part of this.
Thank you, Ashley. Before I introduce the next set of speakers, there's a few people I'd like to recognize. Representatives from the Office of Congresswoman Kathy Hochul, and a representative from the New York State Governor's Office, Andrew Cuomo's. Now, we all know that buildings like this don't just magically appear. They take a lot of planning, expertise, and hard work. And this has been a first-class operation from inception to completion. Would you please join me in thanking representatives from some of the many companies and organizations that created SERC? Please stand when I say your name. Mr. Wayne LaChase, CEO, LaChase Construction. Kurt Moody, CEO, Moody Nolan Design Firm. Kirk Nalbar, partner, King & King Architects. Paul Kozlowski of Gilbane Building Company. And Liz Freud from the State University Construction Fund. I would say that everyone here would thank you for your combined efforts and talents, and you have built an absolutely beautiful facility. So thank you. Now I'd like to introduce a good friend of the college as well as an alumnus, New York State Senator Joe Robach.